Does homeschooling result in students missing the social interaction and appropriate education necessary to later become effective social members of society? Many people have asked this question and would agree that it does, but I am here to show you how homeschooled students receive the necessary amount of social interaction and education that is needed for their growth. Many people have been labeled negatively for being homeschooled. There is a common assumption that all homeschooled people are socially awkward and extremely sheltered. I am personally in support of homeschooling for various reasons that I will later discuss. My fiancé and a few of his siblings were homeschooled. He was homeschooled for 10 years and received an appropriate education as well as the necessary social interaction and growth that he needed. He formed friendships just like public school children do through different activities that are available outside of the home. Also, there are many benefits to homeschooling children, which include one-on-one teaching. The child is able to learn at their own pace, and the parent having control over negative influences that could occur in public schools, such as drugs and bullying. Due to the many options that homeschooled families have, children are getting the necessary amount of social interaction needed and appropriate education. The first part I'd like to discuss is how homeschooled children receive social interaction necessary for their growth. One option for homeschooled students is participating in athletic teams that are offered in areas all throughout the United States. This gives homeschooled students the ability to interact with other students around their age. Just in the Central Savannah River area, also known as the CSRA, there are athletic teams offered in sports such as football, baseball, boys and girls basketball, and volleyball. There are even nationwide sports tournaments that homeschool students are able to participate in. These include the Homeschool World Series and the National Homeschool Basketball Championships. Here the students are able to interact with other homeschooled students from all over the United States. Another option that homeschool students have to interact with other students is through co-op. Co-ops are formed by families that homeschool to provide classroom-type settings and are taught by the mothers of the students. Due to the classroom type of setting, homeschool students who are involved in co-ops are able to get the same benefits of social interaction like public or private school students do. The second part I'd like to discuss is how homeschool children receive an appropriate education necessary to later become effective and active social members of society. Since students have different types of learning patterns, they could greatly benefit from at-home education. They're able to have one-on-one teaching and can learn at their own pace. Parents have the option of catering their lessons plans to the learning pace of their child according to the child's needs. The parents are also able to give special attention to a particular subject that the child may be struggling with. Most importantly, parents are able to instill values and beliefs while raising their child in a homeschool environment and can protect them from negative influences outside of the home. Students are also given the opportunity to grow in their natural talents such as art and music. So, based on the information that I've discussed, homeschool students are given many options in receiving the necessary social interaction and appropriate education needed for their growth. Athletic teams and co-ops are great options that homeschool students have for social interaction and growing from personal relationships. Students are able to be given special attention according to their learning pace and ability. Don't automatically assume that homeschooling isn't beneficial before you consider the pros and cons of it. Your take on this topic should be made in benefiting a student's learning and developmental needs. Thank you for listening to my speech.